Hello, everybody, and welcome back to day 3. See where today goes, what happens. I kind of give you a little update on what's been going on. If you're new here, welcome. Those of you that are returning uh, for the adventure, welcome too. Thank you for being here. And if you have any questions along the way, pop them into chat, and I'll um, answer them as we go. And pop this one up. Hey, Clark, nice to see you. And Valerie's here. Hey, Valerie. So anyway, I wanted to give you a little update. If you've been with me for the last 2 days, I'm working off of one single um, Piano M keyboard, which is 2 octaves. I got notified today that it looks like the second keyboard is going to get delivered tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's going to be in time to be part of the stream tomorrow, but if all goes according to plan, I'll have the second keyboard, and at least by Saturday, we'll be putting that in. Tomorrow's stream will be at the same time, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Saturday and Sunday, I'm still working that out. Saturday's probably going to be at a different time as well Sunday. Um, and they may just be ad hoc last minute, pop in videos. I'm kind of working out my schedule for those 2 days, but that's coming. Also, according to the information I got from Roli, the Airwave is supposed to ship sometime next week. So it looks like I may have um, that by Christmas, which should be a lot of fun, and that's going to open up a whole level of learning process. And that the thing that I'm really excited about the second keyboard is in probably the lesson after this one, I'm going to get into a series of lessons that I won't be able to access without that second keyboard. So I'm kind of excited about getting that and some of the things that you do. I did put a link in the description that talks about the Airwave and some of the cool stuff that it can do beyond the learning process. The hand movements kind of showing some of the neat stuff. So if you want to kind of look at that, you can take a peek. And Valerie, that's a good idea. So as soon as I get my lottery ticket, my lottery winnings, I will, I'll take care of that for everybody. But it might be a few years. Just letting you know. Anyway, so let's jump in to see what today has to bring. They did release a new version of the Learn software today, so it fixed a couple bugs. One of the interesting little things is down in the lower left-hand corner, there was this very fine print that you couldn't see, and it said developer mode. And apparently in the process of trying to get the last release out, they didn't catch that. And so they released it with that in the screen. So that everybody was laughing over that one. So we're all set to go. So we're going to, wanted to show you while we're in here, a couple things. As I showed you yesterday, you can see, they have thousands of pieces of music in here. I did discover one thing. Some of these songs have little asterisks next to them. Those are songs that I probably want to steer clear from a little bit, because there could be some copyright issues with them. I haven't had any copyright notifications or anything on the stream so far, but we'll see what, hopefully it will stay that way. But it looks like those are kind of pieces of music that you might not want to play. I've got a message out to Roli to confirm that, but we'll see what happens there. But up here across the top, it shows you, oops, that's not where I wanted to go.
The great thing about Roli
iPad sensitive. It shows you all the different lessons. And like I said, when I get to where these grayed out dots are across the top, those require the second keyboard. And if I scan down here into future lessons, you'll see those grayed out dots get more and more and more as I go along. So I'm kind of excited to get that second keyboard. What I really want is the actual piano, but I have to stay calm and wait till the first of the year. Hey, AG, welcome. Gretchen, thanks for coming in. Anyway, let's jump in here. So the other thing cool down here is it gives you, at the bottom, it gives you goals for the week. So every week it sets a new set of goals. So, basically for this week, it was connect the piano, which we did. We completed some lessons. We completed 3 out of the 3 lessons. We did that. The only thing we haven't gotten to is practicing songs, which I think will probably happen today. And then one of the other cool features is they have something called the playground. And you can go in here and you can practice. Am I not? Oh, that's interesting. It muted. Remember, Valerie and I were talking earlier about testing things. And I said, no, I think we're really good. And let me know if you are not hearing, if you are hearing the keyboard or not, or if it's me. Because I'm not hearing it. Valerie, can you type in chat and let me know if you're seeing or if you're hearing it because I'm not hearing my keyboard. Okay, we're going to do, this is what happens when you go live. We're going to do something here. We're going to shut things down, reboot the iPad, and we'll see what happens. Live happens, as we always say. You just have to go with the flow. But anyway, if anybody has any questions while I'm waiting for all this stuff to come back to life, um, pop it in. I'll be happy to answer anything. So if you're brand new here, I'm documenting my uh, path of learning the piano again after being away from a piano for over 20 years. I've probably forgotten more than I ever learned about a piano. And I am taking you along with it, but I'm also documenting this by going live every day to kind of see how I progress and where things are. I also have a mailing list that if you want to follow the journey a little closer, you can sign up for the mailing list. And I'll send out at least weekly updates, maybe one a little early if something changes along the way, but I'm hoping that I can send out an email once a week that will show the exact dates and times of my stream for the weekend. So I'm trying to try to get it up a week out. I think with the holidays and everything, it's probably going to be a little fluctuating. But if you want to know what's happening and get a little back end insight and stuff, sign up for the mailing list. Okay, we're going to try this again. Bingo. Amazing what a reboot will do. Oh, there. There we go. Find the right buttons. Okay, so we're going to start in here. So, oops, I wanted to go. Let's go back home. Let's go. Next lesson.
For the next song, we're going to be filling in the gaps to the melody of Chopin's Prelude in E minor.
There will come a time where I'll be actually playing melodies and more so than single finger hitting. Watching paint dry.
You'll only need two notes, purple and blue. These notes are also called B and A. Watch first. Try using two fingers on the purple and blue keys, B and A. Listen to the click to help you stay in time. Remember to hold the notes down
That's
to
going to
help the
help.
melody sing out.
I know it was late. The thing with this keyboard is the harder I hit the key, the louder the
Great.
sound
Now
is,
play along with the backing track.
which is interesting. Okay, let's get exciting. I'm getting better. Spoke too soon. Oops. Oh well. I'm actually going to, sorry to put you through this. I'm going to go through this one more time. See if we, and that one I can live with. The other thing, cool thing about this is the fact that it does this background or this backup track and all this stuff. When I remember as a kid playing the piano, I'm just listening to me clunk notes and all this other stuff, and it got kind of boring. This is kind of neat that it, gives you that extra thing. So now we're going to see what this one.
In this challenge, you'll match colour names to keys. See if you can get the right timing for notes. First, the turquoise key. Play the yellow key. Now the green key. Find the red key. Now the yellow key. Play the green key. Find the yellow key. Play the turquoise key. Play the yellow key. Now the turquoise key. Now the green key. Find the red key. Now the yellow key. Play the green key. Find the yellow key. Play the turquoise key. Finally play the red key.
Okay. We have to do that one again. Not too bad. At least I got the notes. This is where it starts scoring you and grading on how you do. The one thing I will say is challenging is watching the cascade of the notes and kind of getting it's a totally different mindset for me. And I thought about changing it, but I kind of want to go through the whole process and work through it and try the different types of ways of learning between cascade and the notes and all that stuff. So we're going to go this again.
In this challenge, you'll match colour names to keys. See if you can get the right timing for notes. First, the turquoise key. Play the yellow key. Now the green key. Find the red key. Now the yellow key. Play the green key. Find the yellow key. Play the turquoise key. Play the yellow key. Now the turquoise key. Now the green key. Find the red key. Now the yellow key. Play the green key. Find the yellow key. Play the turquoise key. Finally play the red key.
Yeah, and you're right, AG. It is very much like Guitar Hero. That's kind of what they've. Ooh, I got gold stars for that one. So we're 5 minutes in today. We'll keep going. What
The
I did
great thing
yesterday is
about Roli is that learning can also
what I did yesterday is I went back and I practiced some of the lessons that we went through yesterday, so to kind of build up on those.
The great thing about Roli is that learning can also feel like fun. So you can reward yourself with musical games that help hone your skills. We have 2 arcade-style games that teach you musical concepts. Shoot asteroids by playing chords and scales in Superluminal, and learn melodies to popular songs in Springboard. You can also get creative in the playground, which is a free space where you can test out all your new skills. You can experiment with different sounds, and you can use the octave shift on your keyboard to shift between the high and low notes. You can try out chords you know, or discover new ones. For a challenge in this space, see if you can try playing the song you're currently learning from memory. Here at Roli, we're always happy to hear about how your learning experience is going, so feel free to reach out to us and let us know how you're getting on.
One of the challenges I had when I was a kid was, and the last time I played piano was the same thing. I sort of read music. I could read, the paper, the notes and stuff like that to a certain point. But the only way I could actually learn a song and be able to play the song was by memorizing the song. And so if I suddenly was faced with music, I would be able to read it, but I would be having to pick out codes or, pick out the notes and stuff like that and kind of practice and go over it. The only time I could really play it was once I had it committed to memory, which was in some ways good, but in other ways was a pain in the butt. But so we're going to see how we improve on this one. Clark, you said something about getting an affiliate link. I have reached out to them. I'm in the works for that happening. What I do have right now is I have a referral link that's in the description for Roli down at the bottom. And if you click on that and go to them, it's basically thepaulduncan.live/Roli. You'll get a referral code, and anybody that uses that can get 20% off of their, I think it's 20% right now. They did have a sale going at 40% when I purchased my stuff. But right now, I think the referral code is giving you 20%. And I think for most of the items, that's the going discount. But if anybody's interested in jumping into this journey with me, this is a Piano M. The keyboard that I have coming in January this was 2 octaves, and you can put 2 of these together. But the one I have coming in January was just released, and they've just started shipping them here in the last couple of weeks, and it is 49 key keyboard. The big difference is the fact that the keys are normal size. These are a little bit narrower and smaller than a regular key on a keyboard would be. And the piano is also, the keys are weighted, where these are not that way. So the playing is a little bit different with these. The control that you get on the keys is not as good. The thing I like about this too is it's portable. So I can put it in its little case and throw it in my backpack. The other fun thing with the case, it's a really cool wraparound case, but the issue, and it's got a built-in thing to kind of support an iPad or an iPhone, to use. The problem is it works with iPads up to 9 inches. This one is much bigger than 9 inches. And so it doesn't have the support that it needs. So when I tried to put it in, it just kind of fell over. So what I ended up doing was I went out and I got a metal stand to prop it on that I could put it on, which made it um, a lot easier to work with. And then when I get the Airwave unit, it actually has a built-in stand in the curve thing where the cameras are and everything, which hopefully here before too long, we'll be able to add that and you'll get to be able to see what that does. And then maybe I'll take one day and play around with some of the crazy other stuff that you can do with it on the creative side. So let's get back into the lesson. Oh, this is one thing I was going to show you. This is where it starts getting fun, because if I say I'm ready for my next lesson and let's go, it's telling me that I need a second Piano M in order to do that lesson. So what I have to do is go into the lessons manually, and it will tell me where I left off, because it's trying to get me to do these lessons back here, which I can't do. So we're going to go on to this one. What I will do once I get the second keyboard is I'll go back and redo these lessons from the past and catch up on the left-hand stuff, which that's going to be hysterical.
Hey, it's Alfie, and today we're going to be learning a piece called Le Onde, which means The Waves, by an Italian composer, Ludovico Einaudi. He wrote this in the 1990s, and it was inspired by a book of the same name by British author Virginia Woolf, who was very famous for writing in a style called stream of consciousness. And you could hear this kind of one thought after another with no punctuation, no stopping in the music.
That is the piano.
Very flowing. And here in this arrangement, you're going to be playing what could be considered the crest or the top of the wave, the last note on top. This one here, which is this greenish raised note above the F. So it's F sharp. So for this piece, we're going to count in groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, with ends in between. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. And you're playing one note, that F sharp, on the end of 3. So let's try that now, and you can count along out loud while you play in groups of 3, but don't forget the ends in between the numbers. So like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and.
Hey, this will get more exciting.
Now in section 2, we'll learn the top line or melody. And just like in section 1, we're just going to be using our one pointer finger. But this time, there's more notes and we're kind of jumping around a lot. The melody you're playing is what the vocalist would probably sing if this song had lyrics. Now, the music that goes throughout the song and the backing track supports the melody, and the technical term for that is the accompaniment. So how does the melody go? The melody starts on orange, and then it works its way down to this raised note. And then we play the crest of the wave again, twice. It sounds like this. And that in itself forms what we call a phrase. A phrase is the musical version of basically a sentence. Now let's practice in time, counting in 3s. And at the end of that phrase, don't forget to play the crest of the wave twice.
Harps. Okay. It's fun to repractice. Let's see where we are on time. Ah, we made it through another series. So let's hit this. So we've done 11 minutes. Come back to our top thing. See where we've done today. So since I've started this, I practiced in here for 58 minutes. We did 11 minutes today. I've gotten so far now 554 notes correct, and I've passed 11 things. We still haven't gotten to any songs where we've actually played through everything that it counts and that, but we're making progress. So anyway, I think we'll call it quits here today, and we'll join back in tomorrow. We may or may not have the second keyboard at this point tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. But want to thank everybody for joining me today and following along with this crazy journey of a 70-year-old guy discovering music again. Anyway, thanks again for joining. Anybody have any last-minute questions or anything, pop them in and I'll answer them as quickly as I can. And then if not, I will see you tomorrow.